CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
For the land of the...
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for... Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson, and it's George in a two-guard. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. And Doris, tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
The deep three from George. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Portland again missing.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Outside, George. A three from Leonard. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
This guy loves to help his team space the floor. You have to respect Kawhi's range. He will make you pay.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. McCollum finds Lillard. Stolen by Jackson. Leonard on the wing. Doesn't go that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, incredible improvement in Kawhi Leonard's jumper since he came into the league. Give credit to the time spent in San Antonio.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard looking around. Pass to McCollum. Just 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Portland again missing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
McCollum against George. From deep three-point range. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Simons, the pass to Kanter. Yep, that one goes.
Well, the touch that Enes Kanter presents is really terrific. Unbelievable scoring inside.
There's 1:54 left in the first quarter.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
The shot's good from Kanter. Kanter's got his second bucket of the game to go.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Leonard against Jones. Leonard the pass to Patterson. Here's Mann. Outside for Rondo. 17-foot shot on the way. And Jones pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 4. That's a 2 from Powell. Morris with the rebound. Clippers have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Shoots from 14. It doesn't go for him. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Powell, the pass to Anthony. Cantor trying to free himself up. And Anthony gets it to go.
Boy, how well does he use his frame to hold off the defense? Melo with the strong finish.
George is checked in for the Clippers. Here's Patterson. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Patterson's got his second bucket tonight.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Here's Simons, covered by Morris. It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. And it's Batum in for Marcus Morris.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Here's Mann. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. On the wing, Batum. Outside Rondo. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. 6 on the shot clock. Elbow shot. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Jones for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Kennard is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in a power forward position. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Now Lillard. Paul George missing from long range.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Here's Rondo following the score by Damian Lillard. Outside, George. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Greggy, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Here's George. Banked in off the glass. George has got 7 points in the game.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
And Portland making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Now, here's Lillard. 7 points in the game. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 outs for Los Angeles. Jackson against Lillard. And they get it. And the layup is good. 9 points in the game so far.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Jackson looking around. Pass to Oturu. Morris outside. Outside Leonard. Good work defensively by Anthony. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 5-point game.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. Oh boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Leonard. Offensive rebound. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Out to Morris from outside the arc. And it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 4th rebound in this one. Stolen by Jackson. And here's Morris for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Trailblazers trail by 3. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Here's Lillard, following the score by Reggie Jackson. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 9. Over Anthony. And it's Leonard missing.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Here's Leonard. Portland making their last shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
Here's Simons. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is...
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fan. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period... And that does it for our...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
It's good.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Here's Mann. And there's the pass to Zubac. Here's Mann. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Little turnaround. Morris, no good. Portland leading.
Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
George against Powell. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Some nights as a defender, you just shake your head because Paul George uses his outstanding reach to get through the defense.
Cantor, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Free throw good, Paul George.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Jones checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for McCollum. Passes to Leonard.
Switch.
A miss that time would have put him up.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Cantor, the pass to Lillard. Over Jackson. Here's Cantor. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Oturu, the pass to George. Well, Greg, with this, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Coffey's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And Portland with a change here, too. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Lillard. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. They trail by one. Leonard with no one around. The Clippers keep it alive. Oturu, the pass to Leonard. Outside for Rondo. Back to Leonard. Another shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Kawhi Leonard is a career 85% free throw shooter. You do not want to put him at the line.
Leonard hits them both. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Simons surveying the D. Paul George is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
The Clippers in the lead. Outside Rondo. Unable to get that one. Excellent D from Cantor. To the middle. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. And that'll be 2 free throws. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Rondo kicks to George. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Now George. He's got 10. There's 39 seconds left in the third.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Hamming that one home.
The vision there as Carmelo makes his teammates better.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league. This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Leonard dishes to Jackson. Outside Leonard. Three quarters of play in a close game here. Portland out in front. They lead by 1. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Here's Lillard. We've got Kawhi Leonard. He's out there with Jackson. And it's Oturu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And that one's good, Lillard.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Leonard against McCollum. Stolen by McCollum. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. McCollum with the ball.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
Clippers trail by 3. Outside Leonard. To the paint. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Here's Leonard. Morris passes to Leonard. They get it again. Oturu. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
That's the kind of take charge attitude they want CJ to have. Attack the D at every opportunity.
And the Clippers making a switch here. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Outside, George, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And George, here we go. Nurkic with the block. And he recovers it. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from George. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Pass to Nurkic. It's Covington on the wing. Picked off in midair. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jackson's got the ball.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And the dunk by Powell.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
On the wing, George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for Reggie Jackson. Kennard against Lillard. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's the break. Here's George. And he comes up with the deuce.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
Lillard against Kennard. Lillard attacking. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And he knocks down the first one.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for George. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. A three from Leonard. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Yep, it counts.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Lillard outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got the lead up to 9 now for Portland.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Leonard dishes to Batum. Here's Powell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
And here's George for 3. Lillard with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 11. Powell, no one around him, hits the three-point bomb. Powell's got 7 now in this quarter.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that 3, the more the floor opens up.
And George, here we go. Will it go? Unloads from 13. Second chance shot. Zubac, that's good.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Trailblazers.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Damian Lillard.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Zubac kicks to Jackson. The three-pointer off the mark.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Kicks it out to Covington. And a deep 3 from Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubac. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That one from long range.
How about the range? I mean, that's big-time, limitless range. I'll tell you, you better check him when he steps over the line.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. One-on-one fast break. Jackson passes to Leonard. But they get it back.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
And the Clippers starting 5. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. George against Porzingis. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And George, here we go, to the inside. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Doncic. The offensive rebound. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Maybe a little more fundamental with positioning there to be ready for that offensive rebound. Porzingis, some extra effort on the offensive glass that time.
Poked away. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Richardson. And it's sent back by George. Lets it go with the 3. Porzingis with the rebound. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Pass to Finney-Smith inside. Leonard with the steal. One-on-one fast break. A shot by Batum, no good. Stolen by Jackson. At the elbow, it's George. A shot by Batum, no good. Here's Doncic. 2 free throws coming up, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this, and he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's George, and George with this stuff.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
Richardson with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Doncic passes to Richardson, and it's good for 2.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after a good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Here's Doncic. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
And it's Leonard at the elbow. Outside for George. Traps in the tray. George has got 7 points in the game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Rondo against Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Leonard on the wing. For the three. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Doncic against Rondo. Down low. It's tipped. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic.
J.J. doing a great job to draw the foul, wait for the contact while shooting.
First trip to the line for him here. First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Redick.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Leonard from the arc. Offensive rebound.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Outside, Redick. The tray. The shot that time, not on target. Here's Leonard. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
And a moment now to reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Jalen Brunson. Cauley Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Redick in at the shooting guard. Brunson finds Redick. They get a hand on it. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein doing what he does best on offense, looking to throw it down.
The pass to Batum. On the wing, George. He's got 10. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Brunson the pass to Redick. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Shoots. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Jackson passes to Oturu. Jackson, but he gets it back.
He uses the threat of his drive to open up looks for him offensively. Jackson is one smart cookie.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Redick, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. And the Clippers making a change here. Here's Hardaway. Makes it off the glass. Hardaway has got his first basket. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like John Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Brunson the pass to Powell. And the rejection by Zubats. Here's Mann. And it's in there. Mann's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Mann. To the paint. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Brunson scanning the floor. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Kleber against Batum. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Luka Doncic comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Richardson in for J.J. Redick. Morris outside, jacks up a three. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Patterson, he's checked in for Batum. And it's Leonard in for Luke Kennard.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Leonard against Richardson. Back to Leonard. This one for three. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. Up top, Leonard. Kleber defending. 4 on the shot clock.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him. And now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
Here's Doncic. That one's not going to go. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Leonard the pass to Oturu. Bounce pass from Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Such a difficult guy to keep up with and also have a conversation with. Leonard, sometimes all you can do is foul him.
And so he hits both. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
In Europe, Doncic spent a lot of time as a primary ball handler. You see the craftiness there in terms of drawing fouls.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. Good on the second free throw. 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside Leonard. Out to Morris. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we...
Hey, Kevin, thank you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 13 points and 1 block. And that...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Doncic against Jackson. George It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Finney-Smith kicks to Porzingis. Doncic right side. Count the basket.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
The 3 from George. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. George with the bucket.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
The Mavericks trailing. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and, Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Passes it to Leonard. Back to George. It's stolen. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Richardson's running. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Richardson doing a great job in transition. Has good speed. That time accelerates in the open floor.
Right side, Batum. Leonard against Richardson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
It's good on the putback. Oturu's got his first points of the night.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. And it's denied, and he's able to get it back. Back to Brunson. 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers leading by 3. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
The Mavericks have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's Brunson, and the layup's good off the glass.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Rondo passes to George. Shoots over Burke. George, no good.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And he gets it to go. And now just a 1-point Los Angeles lead.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Brunson. Dallas moving the ball around. Pass to Miller. Now to Hardaway. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, the reach a factor there for Cauley-Stein. I'd love to see him hit the boards a little bit more often.
Rondo finds George. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And to me,
and we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. The Clippers on top, leading by just 1. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Powell is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Doncic in at point guard. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Cauley-Stein, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Leonard, no luck.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
On the wing, Hardaway. Back to Redick. This is to Doncic. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Rondo passes to Leonard. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Mavericks leading by 3. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Doncic against Rondo. It's Redick on the wing. Back to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
Clippers trail by 5. Leonard looking around. Another miss by Leonard.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Doncic against Leonard. Leonard with the steal. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
For Dallas, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Rondo against Doncic.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's good from George. And both free throws good for Paul George.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good on the shot. Porzingis has got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs.
Oh, Porzingis loving the moment right here, stepping up huge.
George against Richardson. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Los Angeles. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. George passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Now Richardson, the dish to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And that one is good from Zubac.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Now here's Doncic to the inside and finished off by Kristaps Porzingis.
That's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
And George, here we go. It's the first that shrinks the margin to just 4. And both free throws good for Paul George.
And that makes it a one-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. Inside, Finney-Smith. It's good!
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
From deep, George. Mavericks with the rebound.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. Stolen by Zubac. He dishes it to Jackson. Got it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Outside, Batum. Outside, George. 3-pointer. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Probably a little closer than David. Thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming right up. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. On tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Porzingis can't hit.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Here's Doncic following the score by Damian Lillard. Outside Covington. Lillard in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Doncic against Lillard. Doncic passes to Porzingis. They need this. Doncic with the bucket.
Well, you know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their games. Deadly from the mid-range.
Now, here's Lillard. He has 6. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Doncic looking it over. Pass to Porzingis. Doncic against Lillard. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Porzingis.
One of the things I love most about Luka Doncic, his court recognition and awareness. This guy is so sharp and alert, understands how to play.
Now, here's Nurkic. Porzingis with the block, and he gets it back. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And he makes the first. So for the Trailblazers, Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for Lillard. Then for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Redick comes in for Richardson. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Hardaway goes in. Cauley-Stein kicks to Brunson. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And Cauley-Stein so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And, you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And, you know, with his free throw percentage being where it was last season, it changed the way teams defended him. I mean, there were no easy baskets. He was going to get fouled anytime he got near the rim. They were going to make him earn his points at the line.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Portland making their last shot. 1:29 left in the first quarter of the game. Here we go, one-on-one. And Jones slams it home.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Outside, Redick. Back to Brunson. Outside, Redick. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Powell. And again, Dallas turns it over. Portland leading by 9. McCollum outside to the middle. Cantor kicks to McCollum. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Brunson. Out to Hardaway. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Here's Powell. Moves back up. Outside for Redick. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. With 1 on the clock. And it's good on the way in.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
And here's McCollum for 3. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Dick...
When I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, Jalen Brunson out there with Hardaway. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Powell in at the 4 spot. Here's Doncic after Enes Kanter's basket. Hardaway passes to Powell. Over Anthony. The shot by Powell, no good. And it's Jones with the ball for the Trailblazers.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career. Yet he fell to the 2nd round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
And here are the Mavericks now after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Then for the Mavericks, Nicolo Melli comes in for Dwight Powell. And Trey Burke subbed in for Luka Doncic. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Cauley-Stein. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Here's Brunson after the made shot from Robert Covington. Back to Cauley-Stein. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Now here's Burke. After the miss from Damian Lillard, it'll go. The Portland lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Burke.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Kicks it out to McCollum. It's up a 3. Sinks the triple. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dallas. There's the pass to Brunson. Outside for Redick. Melli tipped back in for 2. Melli's got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
Dallas moving it around. Lillard against Brunson. The 3. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. Great positioning on the putback. Now just a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the shot goes in.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now here's Redick. And 1:01 left here in the second. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And it's Melli missing. Trailblazers leading by 6. Lillard attacking McCollum, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter. McCollum against Redick. Melli passes to Redick. Nurkic with the block. McCollum left side. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley Stein's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Richardson, no luck. For Portland, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Here's Cantor. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
For Dallas, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. That free throw good from Doncic.
You know, he's the 3rd pick in the 2018 draft, guys, and Doncic seems poised to dominate this league for a lot of years.
Got it off in time, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. All right, Dave, thank you, and time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter soon to...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 8 points. Dame Lillard. And
we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to
Hill.
Kobe.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Pass to Simons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Porzingis, and these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Solid work at the line a season ago. 83% on his opportunities.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. Lets it go from 11. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Doncic.
And, you know, you look at Doncic for a forward, this guy handles the ball extremely well. He's terrific at creating for himself off the dribble.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Every timeout a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Lillard attacking. Pass to Powell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Good on both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Porzingis at the elbow. McCollum against Richardson. To the inside. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Doncic.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Lillard against Brunson. The 3. They get the rebound.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Out to the wing. Here's Melly. Good on the triple. Melly's got 5.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Redick finds Brunson. Redick surveying the D. Fires the 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And it's McCollum off the drive. Kicks it out to Lillard. From deep. Shoots the 3. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Outside, Redick. .107 left in the third. Here's Melly. He's guarded by Nurkic. Was shot by Redick, no good.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Connects from three-point range.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Brunson kicks to Redick. And they get it. Dallas again missing.
The tough shots aren't going down for him right now, but neither are the easy ones. I mean, he's got to find the rhythm somehow.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And, you know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington, and Jones subbed in for McCollum. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Mike Powell comes in for Nicolo Melli. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Powell for 3. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Nine seconds left to play here in the third. Lillard with no one around. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's his first foul. Here's Doncic. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Richardson. Powell is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Lillard against Doncic. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Richardson.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here. Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. And the free throw, no good. Portland leading by 12. Tries from 16. Portland no good that time either. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Oh, took the contact, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Doncic finds Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Anthony tips it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Doncic against Lillard. And that one's good. Doncic.
Par for the course for Luka Doncic. Just one of those games where he's got it on cruise control.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Here's Doncic, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one's on Anthony.
Doncic, because he's so skilled and so savvy, he does a nice job forcing the defense into tough spots when they're guarding.
For the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. And Dallas also making a switch. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Portland.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Off the left rim and out. Mavericks trail by 13. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Lillard with the bucket.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Trailblazers.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Damian Lillard.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker. That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
And they deserve it. They deserve to celebrate a dominant performance in what's going to be a blowout win.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Boy, KP wanting to dish it when his guys are open. I love that team-first attitude on display.
Three-pointer, Lillard hands it from downtown. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Doncic finds Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Here's Hardaway. On the wing, Hardaway. A second chance effort. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Now Powell. There's the three. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that The Trailblazers focused as they walk into the locker. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the one. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the three, the small forward. From deep, George. That shot off.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the basket by McCollum. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Defense with a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Jackson against Lillard. For the Clippers, it's been a slow start here. It's a 5-point game. Batum passes to Jackson. Now, here's Zubac. Shoots over Nurkic. Zubac, no good.
3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
The three from McCollum. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Leonard. The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Outside for Batum. Here's George, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And OKC Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Now here's Powell. Nurkic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
And the Clippers miss again. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Jackson against Lillard. Jackson dishes to Patterson. Left side, George. Just 4 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Patterson can't get it to go. Portland leading by 5. Here's Lillard. They get it back. Kicks to Powell. And another shot. And the rejection by Leonard.
Yeah, that shot gets jacked. Great anticipation by the claw.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. 1:56 left here in the opening quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Rondo finds Kennard. Inside, here's Patterson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Anthony. And staying with the play, Anthony.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Clippers trail by 9. Morris outside. There's the triple. And Jones pulls it down. And here are the Blazers. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. And the basket by McCollum.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kanter. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. 58 seconds left to play in the first. And Patterson kicks to George. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Trailblazers leading by 11. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Morris. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
And it's Simons missing.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night.
Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. Chalk up 2 there.
Now off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
George looking around. Jacks up a 3. That one misses. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in the driver's seat, up 8 points. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for young players.
You know, this game, it's
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offense.
Oh! That is just nasty.
The athleticism on that finish. Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. McCollum passes to Canner. Morris against Anthony. And it's Jones finishing it off.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. But they recover it. Pass to Leonard. From deep three-point range. Again, Leonard missing.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Outside Leonard. It's up a three. With the tip, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The activity level from Patterson is what makes him such an impact on the floor.
Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds to Portland. I'll retain possession. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Jackson passes to Leonard. Shot on the wing, and that one goes long.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And it's blocked, and they get it back. Another block. Outside Jackson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. No good from outside.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And the basket by Lillard.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. The three from George sinks the three-pointer. George has got 8 points.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Outside, George. Beyond the arc. Here's Mann. No good on the three.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Nurkic kicks to Powell. Covington trying to break free. The shot by Powell, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 11. Here's Jackson. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Jackson's got his first 2 points.
When Jackson can't get all the way to the rim, this is his go-to. Shoots for a decent percentage from mid-range.
Out left to the wing. Here's Lillard. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Outside, George. From deep. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
The rebound by Paul George. Clippers trail by 11. Pass to Zubats. Back to George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 10.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. A tremendous start for C.J. McCollum. He had 9 points and 1 rebound. And that does it for our halftime.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Paul George really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 roaming the paint. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Lillard attacking Covington. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
So for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Cantor checked in for Robert Covington. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
Great rhythm on the catch and shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
Picked his pocket. One-on-one fast break. Portland leading by 5. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Jones, no one around him. Tries again. And Nurkic finishes inside.
And they continue to control the glass.
Clippers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the 3rd quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Now, here's Cantor, guarded closely. Jones, the pass to McCollum. Dishes it to Nurkic. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead. Outside Leonard. The 3. And Jones pulls it down. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Over to the left wing. And Batum kicks to Leonard. Fires for 3. Great D that time from Nurkic.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls. A different look now for Portland. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Norman Powell subbed in for McCollum. Here's Jackson. 1:52 left to play in the 3rd. Now the feed to Patterson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Here's Simons. He's got 6. And the pass to Powell. Takes a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Powell's got the lead up to 12 now for Portland.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And the dunk by Powell.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Here's Leonard from 13 feet. It goes down. Leonard's got 7 points.
You know, there's a rhythm to Leonard's game, but also an awareness. Just takes what the defense allows.
Passes it to Simons. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 8.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Pass to Leonard. From downtown. Again, Leonard missing.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
And now it's Rondo running all the way. Here he goes. Oh, and he can't cap off the break. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Trailblazers out in front as they... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Patterson in at the 4-man position. Rondo kicks to George. From deep. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
All about converting your opportunities. He just hit his second 3 of this half, 3rd of the night.
Nobody near Lillard. And the 3 ball is good.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Rondo against Lillard. The 3 from George. Covington with the steal. That's a 2 from Lillard. No good there. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Patterson passes to Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Rondo kicks to George. From deep 3-point range, an absolute bomb from 3-point range. George has got 9 points now in just the second half. Lillard from outside. Again, the miss by Lillard.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Out to the wing. Rondo passes to Patterson. Back to Rondo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get it back. Here's Zubac. Pass to Morris. From deep. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Lillard looking around. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Lillard.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Outside, George. But they'll get another chance. And it's rebounded by Covington. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. And the basket by McCollum. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. George dishes to Jackson. And here is Zubac. 6 to shoot. Jackson passes to Zubats. Outside for George. Over McCollum. And it's George missing. Portland leading by 15. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Scooped up. Kicks it out to Lillard. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. George, that's a two-pointer. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
It's one of those nights where George's number has been called time after time.
Lillard attacking. Now the pass to Nurkic. Over Morris. Rebounded by Jackson. Clippers trail by 13. Outside, George down low. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Back to Powell. Baseline jumper. Portland again missing. Los Angeles has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Passes it to George. Takes the three. Zubats kicks to Leonard. And here's George for 3. It's good on the putback. Leonard's got it back down to single digits for Los Angeles.
Electrifying play by Kawhi Leonard. Boy, he is talented. This team relies on him for so much.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Now, here's Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. The three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Lillard with it. And so it's Portland winning this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability. There's a look at downtown Los Angeles from the air. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 players injured. One of their stars out. Something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 4 slot. Just 5 to shoot. Porzingis passes to Finney Smith from 18 feet away. Offensive rebound.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Pulls up. Batum, great positioning on the putback.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Now, here's Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. Porzingis finds Doncic. Count the basket.
Boy, and the foul. Doncic has got great upper body strength, completes the play. Nicely done.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Here's Doncic, and he converts the layup. Doncic has got 5 points so far.
Just another way, Luka Doncic is such a tough cover. This guy's knack for getting into the painted area and converting both easy shots and contested shots.
Now, here is George. No good that time. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Doncic looking it over. The pass to Porzingis. Out to Doncic. This one for 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And to me, this is what KP has got to do. Porzingis has the size and length to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Pass to Leonard. From past the arc, it's rebounded by Doncic.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It's rebounded by Leonard. The Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. All alone, and George with the stuff.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
Doncic outside. It's good.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's George after Luka Doncic's bucket. Shoots it up. Another one falls for the Clippers. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions.
Now, you have got to give Paul George so much respect. He's just amazing at drawing contact when he's shooting.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Now here's Brunson. Oturu with the rebound. From deep, George. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Cauley Stein. And Redick now atop the key. Kept alive. Goes back up. Cauley Stein kicks to Powell. Outside, Redick. Clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. Second chance shot. They grab their own miss. Cauley Stein passes to Brunson. Redick for three. That shot no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Outside, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Redick against Leonard. Redick surveying the D. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Now Redick. Pass to Powell. Back to Redick. From deep. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's man in at the one. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. It's tipped.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
Dallas shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Redick passes to Brunson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For Dallas, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Mann. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And throughout his career, Redick has proven to be very consistent, an effective two-way player who gives it his all.
The Mavericks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Josh Richardson's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Now, here's Kennard. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Here's Kennard. Following the score by Dallas. He dialed that one up from long distance. Kennard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Doncic outside. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, Luka can get himself into the paint with consistency, and boy, does he make that a high percentage finish.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Leonard on the wing. No points in the game yet for him. And the shot goes in.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Doncic outside. And Doncic throws it down.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
Now, here's Kennard. Over Richardson. Kennard's shot is off. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. It's a three-point game. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, at 7'3", yes, he can dunk. But with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks. He can be special.
Kennard against Richardson. Lets it go with a three. Kennard's shot is off.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Doncic outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Doncic has got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Kennard for three. Offensive rebound.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Now, here's Doncic. He's got 15. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. .58 seconds left in the first half. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from George.
But you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. Doncic passes to Porzingis. It's rebounded by Rondo.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
On the wing, Batum. Back to Kennard. From deep three-point range, George finds Kennard. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Now George. Kennard on the wing. Gets it off. And that one released in time, but no good. It's been all about Luka Doncic.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He ended up with 17 points. And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar. You have got to have the right focus and the right reads in the pick and roll. And Paul George making all the right decisions right now, slicing up the defense.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Josh Richardson. Now, here's Doncic. He's got 19. Yep, that one goes.
Luka Doncic has superstar written all over him. He's cooking.
Rondo looking over the floor. Passes it to Jackson. In the corner, George with it. 6 on the shot clock. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there.
Hardaway kicks to Doncic. And the rejection by Zubats. Out to Doncic. Here's Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game. And, boy, it is on display right now.
Now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Batum. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Doncic outside. He kicks it to Powell. Doncic against Rondo. Missed inside. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the...
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Doncic against Rondo. Out to Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. Porzingis is double. Over Jackson. Porzingis can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 3. George from deep three-point land. The quick look, no good that time.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And it's good, 2 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
1:35 left to play in the third. And Doncic, here we go. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Rebound by the Clippers.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And here's George for 3. The Clippers get another chance here. From the arc. The shot, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Boy, what a display of toughness from Kristaps Porzingis. He's a rock down low.
On the wing, George. There's 48 seconds left here in the third quarter. For 3. It's a hand on it. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
When you're 7'2", you can play at a whole different altitude.
It's George on the wing. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson kicks to Rondo. To the paint. Here's Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal. Has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
And here is Doncic. He can't hit that time. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. That quarter had... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Kennard. Launches it. Good on the three-point shot. Kennard's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Good on the shot.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
The pass to Burke. Looking for Cauley Stein. He gets it there. To the left wing. Here's Melly. It's good on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Kicks it out to Leonard. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and yes, it's good.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Kennard with the ball. Offline with his three.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. That one falls. Doncic has got 4 this quarter.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Leonard looking over the floor. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Porzingis.
How about Kawhi Leonard? How many guys in the history of their career can say, I was an NBA Finals MVP at 22 and then an NBA Finals MVP at 27? Simply incredible.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Morris dishes to George. Nobody near Leonard. And the Clippers miss again.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Porzingis.
Well, I think you can see the strength that Porzingis has been developing over the early part of his career. That progress is showing up on a nightly basis.
Pass to O'Toole. And Leonard has it in the corner. The three from George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Mavericks trail by 6. Finney Smith passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Embrace the spotlight, KP. Delivery in a big moment for Porzingis.
Outside, George. Pass to O'Toole. Kennard with the ball. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Short. And the shot is long.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Porzingis finds Doncic. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And George, here we go. And the call on the shot. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the
The sprawling metropolis of... And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Lillard misses.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Doncic finds Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Chris, it doesn't matter if they're 2 of the best teams in the league or the 2 worst. When these guys get together, these rivals, it's always fun.
Yeah, Kevin, you're so right. When it's a conference rivalry, that's even better. They know each other so well, and that doesn't make them friends.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. 4-point game. 3-pointer. And Lillard throws it down.
And once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
Lillard against Doncic. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Pass to Porzingis. To the inside, Richardson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, not a big guy, but Richardson has no fear of the contact. I mean, he stays strong and gets his finish.
Lillard looking around. For Dallas, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Doncic outside. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Nurkic.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to. And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to, but this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Powell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Brunson against Lillard. Got a piece of it. Here's Cantor. Passes to Lillard. For the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 7 points.
Well, Lillard is always going to be aggressive on offense as he looks to catch the defense off guard.
Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Lillard against Brunson. And the basket by Lillard. He's got 9.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Hardaway finds Porzingis. Back to Hardaway. And there's the pass to Porzingis. No one covered.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
Lillard from outside. Mavericks with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. And Portland with a change here, too. Simons, he's checked in for Lillard. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Oh, man, you better appreciate the unselfishness. When Redick sees an open teammate, as great of a shooter as he is, he's fast at getting him the ball.
Now here's Anthony. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Down low. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for it with hops.
The Mavericks leading. Brunson the pass to Hardaway.
Shot.
27 seconds left to play here in the first. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Oh, man, such a quick and explosive leaper. Cauley-Stein throws it down with ease.
To the wing on the left. Powell against Redick. Powell, that's good.
Well, he doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
Now Redick. Here's the 3. He doesn't hit that one. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about his future.
I know that when the main guy, usually the
I think he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
On the floor for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. The offensive rebound, Kanter, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Kanter's got his second bucket.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Kanter has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best in picking up his teammates' misses.
It's Redick on the wing. Over Kanter. Here's Cauley Stein. Drops in the layup for two. Cauley Stein's got 6 points.
You see the length helping Cauley Stein right there? I mean, that's what allows him to be a factor on the boards.
And here's McCollum for three. But they get it back. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Another shot, and he sinks the layup. Anthony's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
No, you know what it is, one play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
Redick is in the corner. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Robert Covington picks one up.
Oh, he was a star in college. Redick, he now has embraced his player status in the NBA as well. Aging like fine wine.
Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Lillard attacking.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket with his speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Mavericks trail by 3. Richardson dishes to Redick. Inside, here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Feeds it to Anthony. To the middle. Second shot opportunity. Nurkic can't hit.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Porzingis against Anthony. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Over Anthony. Porzingis can't hit.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
And he comes up with the deuce. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
The strength of Covington, willing these shots in, despite the D being very aggressive.
The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's Lillard. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Mavericks making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Portland. Richardson kicks to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving the ball around. Clock at 4. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Here's McCollum. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Porzingis high post. Pass to Finney-Smith. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. And now Portland on the break. Jones is running. Nobody near Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And now an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
To the left side wing.
Known for his defensive chops. Covington's.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 16 points and 1 assist. And that does it for our half.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? Keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. And Doncic, here we go.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. And again, it's Portland converting.
You can see right now the defense running out of ideas. They cannot seem to slow him down.
Top of the key, Porzingis. Pass to Finney-Smith. The shot from the low post is good. Portland leading by 8. Powell dishes to Covington. A steal. Powell against Richardson. That's tipped. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
All right, I'm telling you, don't let Lillard get in rhythm. Once he's feeling it, he's going to burn you on every possession.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleba. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Portland also making some changes. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
They've been very sharp to start the half. A perfect 4 for 4 from the field.
Richardson the pass to Hardaway. Wants to get it to Doncic, and does. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Doncic has got 6 points.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. Again, the Mavericks score.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
McCollum against Cauley Stein. Powell, no one around him. No good with the triple.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Here's Cauley Stein, fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Razor sharp focus right there from Cauley Stein. Accepting the foul and pushing his way through.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Jones is checked in. Simons, the pass to Cannon. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Mavericks trail by 6. The drive by Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
and anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end.
A nice shot by Simons.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it, opens up a clear path to the bucket.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's his first foul. J.J. Redick's checked in for foul. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Yeah, it's taken on a different feel since the break. You can see how many more hustle plays are being made.
Kicks to Powell. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. It's Anthony with the drive. Cantor. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game. The Mavericks trailing.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Now here's Brunson. Tight defense on him. Lays it up off the glass.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Doncic.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
36 seconds left in the third quarter. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Now just a 2-point Trailblazer lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Simons, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
The Trailblazers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And the Mavericks with some changes. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Hardaway. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for J.J. Redick. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Norman Powell. Brunson kicks to Kleber. Here's Porzingis. Lays it up and banks it in. Porzingis has got 14 points for the game.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Trailblazer. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Here's Doncic. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Jones, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. Offensive rebound, out to Doncic. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Pass to Porzingis, and it's all evened up.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And for Portland, they're shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Here's Lillard. Nice D from Doncic.
They say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that shouldn't be easy.
Richardson, no luck. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
There's the pass to Kleber. In the corner, it's Richardson. He kicks to Doncic. To the paint. Porzingis is doubled. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. The baseline J off the mark. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. The lead is 2.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
And Porzingis, here we go. No look there. Miss number 4 in 12 tries. Kicks it out to McCollum. Lillard outside. Left side, Jones. It's Covington on the wing. Kleber defending. Covington passes to McCollum. Over Kleber. McCollum no good. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. That's a 2 from Lillard. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Lillard's got 10 points here in the second half. Up top, Porzingis. Lillard against Doncic. In the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Here's Lillard. Doncic with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Powell's checked in. The Mavericks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Hardaway finds Doncic. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Here's Lillard. Yep, it counts. Lillard's got 28.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
Here's Doncic. Porzingis kicks to Richardson. Back to Porzingis. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Kleba, the pass to Porzingis. Dallas moving the ball around. To the inside. Offensive rebound. Richardson right side. On the wing, Hardaway. Pass to Porzingis. And Covington sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Panthers checked in. Porzingis. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. And here are the Trailblazers now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Lillard, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double-checking, and the game continues on.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. 1 possession game now.
Here's Lillard. Nice D from Porzingis. It falls!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Here's Doncic. Money!
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
And clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope.
And it's Doncic missing. Here is Lillard. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it.